Welcome back, Raider Nation and my champions. This is Eric, and after that setback on Monday night against the Chargers, the Raiders are looking to bounce back against the Chicago Bears this weekend, and I'm going to give you 4 keys that'll help us get to 4-1. So let's get right to it.
The other team's quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
I'm going to first go over the final injury report, see where we stand with both teams. Now, as far as the Raiders go, we're going to have 3 players that are out. 2, in my opinion, are significant. Of course, that's Damon Arnett and Trayvon Mullen. That's going to provide a shortage at cornerback. We'll talk about that when we get on the defensive side of the ball. As far as the Bears go, Akeem Hicks is doubtful. Even PFF has him out, and Bilal Nichols switching over from the right side to the left side defensive end, taking his place to start the game. I would probably agree with that. They have Khalil Mack as questionable, but I think he will play in this game. But the big one here, of course, is David Montgomery, their lead tailback. He is out with a knee strain. He is said to be out from head coach Matt Nagy for 2 to 3 weeks. Now, why they don't have him on short-term IR, I have no idea, other than Nagy being a complete idiot. But that's another story. But according to PFF, they have Khalil Herbert as the starting running back. It would not surprise me whatsoever if Damian Williams, former Chiefs running back, ended up with more carries if he does not start in the first place. Now, a couple things I want to talk about here. I added these little rankings here. So this is the defensive ranking and this is the offensive ranking for each team. We're overall 19th on defense. That's about where I thought we would be for this year. So we're trending relatively well, comparatively speaking, where we were 28th last year. A lot better in the pass. Now, I did go over this in much more detail in my video where I went over the first quarter of the season. I'll put a link in the description below if you have not taken a look at that. Now, as far as looking at a matchup with the Bears, now these numbers are a bit of a misnomer. Overall, they're dead last in offense. This goes by total yardage, and it's precipitated by their passing offense. Now, there's a couple reasons for that, a few reasons. Number one, their offensive line is terrible. I think it's even worse than ours, if you can believe it. Number 2, Andy Dalton's been in there, but he got hurt. And then you have a rookie, Justin Fields. I don't know if he's completely ready to take over the job as far as knowing the playbook and things of that nature. Plus the offensive line. Plus he's a scrambling type quarterback. So it's probably better for him if he can't find his first or even second read, he's going to take off and run. So that probably hurts this. They're 11th in runs. Again, this is a bit of a misnomer because mainly David Montgomery is going to be out. I don't think the running game is going to be nearly as effective without him as tailback, especially the last couple of seasons. Montgomery has been an absolute stud running the ball for this team. So my first key to winning this game is going to be similar to Lamar Jackson. We got to contain Justin Fields, a scrambling type quarterback. Not only that, he is a rookie. Gus Bradley needs to develop some wrinkles, confuse him, maybe set up some easy turnovers, some picks. And the big thing, like I said, with Lamar Jackson, these interior guys, Quentin Jefferson, Phylon, Solomon Thomas, of course, big boy Hankins here, they got to plug up these holes. It can do no good if you got Yannick and Crosby coming in and coming here on the edges. If there's a big hole, he's going to run through it and get a first down. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be kind of like Lamar Jackson where he might get 1 or 2 big runs, but as long as he doesn't absolutely cut us up with that, we can do okay with that. Now, the second key I have kind of goes with the passing game. No offense to Herbert and Williams. I don't think they're going to be as effective running the ball. They have Darnell Mooney. I think Casey Hayward's going to be on him, as does PFF. It's kind of strength on strength. Last week, Mooney had 5 catches for 125 yards. I'm thinking this is going to be the big matchup here with Allen Robinson versus what PFF says is Amik Robertson. This could be Nate Hobbs. We will see who they put on the other side as far as an outside guy, since we have some injuries here at this position. This is going to be very interesting. Now, I know Amik Robertson played pretty well last week against Keenan Allen, as we talked about in the game review. So I think he's up for the position. But again, not only that, but Trayvon Merrick's going to have to be watching out for both of these guys and help out. Now, before we get to the offensive side of the ball, I want to remind you, just as we do every week, we will be going live at halftime of this game. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of the first half, including going over the 4 keys to this game that I'm giving you in this video. We do have a lot of fun. I encourage you to come out and join us. So now let's get on to the offensive side.
And I hear everyone say, take what they give you. We're going to take what we want.
And I think we can very well take what we want on the offensive side if we hit these 2 keys on this side of the ball. Now, as far as the rankings go, everybody knows that we've been pass heavy due to injuries, mainly to Jacobs and the interior line. I'm not going to get into that again. As far as the Bears go, with yardage, they're pretty even on the run and the pass. However, they are number 1 in sacks. They have 15 sacks. While they're number 1 in sacks, they're near the bottom as far as blitzing the quarterback, which tells me that their standard set gets to that quarterback and gets the pressure they need, which is kind of troublesome for us, especially with our offensive line issues. Now, it's not Khalil Mack leading this team. He does have 4 sacks, but it's actually Robert Quinn. He has 4.5 sacks right now. So we got problems on either side. You also have Roquan Smith in here who has 2 sacks, likes to blitz, likes to come in at times. Find just something Drew Tranquil. So I'm going to say our first key is right here on this right side of the line. Now, I haven't confirmed it that Leatherwood's going to be moved into guard. A lot of people are talking about it. That could very well be happening. And they put the turnstile Brandon Parker here at right tackle. It could happen. I don't care what the configuration is here. This is the number 1 key to this game, probably on either side of the ball. We cannot allow Mack to create havoc. I think Miller should be able to pass block against Quinn relatively well. Not to say he's not going to give up a sack, but it should be okay. But Mack, we need to chip him, kind of like with Bosa. But we also need to get that blitz pickup because the Chargers came in, saw that, and then threw Drew Tranquil in there, and he had a free pass right to Carr. It was ridiculous. If we don't clean that up, we're in deep trouble again, especially with a team that can sack the quarterback pretty easily. But if we can clean that up, kind of hold down the fort relatively well with that, I'm going to go to my second key now. I think Jacobs is going to get a little bit more involved in the passing game. Again, I don't think he's 100%, or the rushing game. I don't think he's 100%, but it is what it is. He's going to help us a little bit more. Now, the Bears are 15th against the pass, but they're really strong against the tight end. They're in the top 10 against the tight end. TJ Hawkinson last week only got 47 yards. Now, I know Waller, I would say Waller's a lot better than Hawkinson, but still, that's more of a strength for them. And now Jalen Johnson over here, he's one of the highest ranked corners, and I think this is a pretty good matchup with Brian Edwards, kind of a big against big. I like this matchup right here as my number 2 key. You got this guy, Kindle Vildor, Amazon Kindle, I don't really care. Go read a book because Ruggs is going to burn your ass. This guy is 92nd ranked in PFF, a paltry 44.8 rating, and I think this is the opportunity for Ruggs to shine. Now, that is if we can give Carr enough time to get it down the field to him. Again, this is the number 1, but if we can, expect him to have some big plays here. Now, another one I would say is honorable mention would be Hunter Renfrow. Spot corner that they're going to use up against him is a guy named Duke Shelley. Now, he's given up 84 yards after the catch. I could see Renfrow getting by him, getting at least 1 touchdown, maybe 80 to 100 yards. But again, it all comes to this offensive line. I think if we can contain Justin Fields and we can keep Carr relatively upright and give him some time to find these receivers, we can win this game.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.